In this one, I'm going to talk about transmission. Transmission is a default BitTorrent client for Ubuntu. Now, in this one, they updated their features in here. We'll see what version this is. Version 1.40, right? Now, if you go to the preference here, edit preference, they updated some new ones, like in the peers tab. You can automatically update your block list now. Before you had to manually do it, but now they update it, so I dig that one. In the network, I think they updated this, or is it the same one? But you can do UPnP, right? This is for routers that supports it, so it'll automatically forward your ports and make sure it's open, whatever port you have. And the desktop, I guess they have a hibernation mode, but I haven't really tried it, so I'm gonna skip that one. Bandwidth, this is good for you surfing, and you don't want to have the torrents hogging all the bandwidth, or if you have a lot of people in your house and you don't want to slow them down, right? And you can limit yourself, whatever the max speed that you want, upload speed, and also the time of the day. You can limit the bandwidth. Let's say you want to use your torrent at night, because that's when people don't use the computer that much. So you can do that, set up what time you want and the bandwidth that you want to use. So that's good too. I dig those. But the one I'm talking the most is the WebUI here, the web interface. Now enable it, right? And give it the listening port. Make sure it's open too. And you have your username that you type in and the password. These are you're gonna use this when you're using the WebUI when you log in, okay? And for down here, just leave it alone because you're not gonna do this that much. So when you click open, alright, it's gonna give you your web UI in your default browser. Alright, let's see, turn this off. Your default browser here, right? And you see you can see what you're downloading. Like I'm downloading the Linux Mint here. And you can see my stats here, right? Over here they show you your stats too, and they show you some other stuff. But this is the web UI that you're gonna use. Like when you're on your laptop or you're at work or whatever computer you're on, this is how it's gonna look like. Okay. Now you can see whatever I pause or seeding. If I pause, I see all my paused videos. And downloading. This is what I'm downloading. Right. Now to add a torrent from an external place. Let's say you go to Mininova and you download your Ubuntu, right? Say you download your Ubuntu, you save the link. And on the file it's gonna be like this, right? It's gonna end with a .torrent or .tor or whatever for BitTorrent, and you're gonna save that. Save it. And now you're gonna go back to the web UI. This is how you're gonna do it when you're not at your main computer, right? So you're gonna add, you're gonna open, I guess. And when you click on open, you see this thing, right? Now all you gotta do is add in that thing that you just downloaded, your torrent file, right? So now that it's loaded, uploaded now. And as you can see, it's loaded into your web UI interface, and it's gonna connect to the peers, and soon it's gonna start downloading. It's just the same thing, but you're doing this with the browser now. Okay. Now you can do like other stuff on here, like pause and resume and stuff like that, but you're still limited to what you can do. If you have it in your main computer, you can do a lot more. But this is the web UI that they have right now. Okay. And you can see your stats here. That's going up. It's downloading. Okay. Now, if you're connecting from a computer in your house, you're using the same IP or using the same router stuff, right? And it's gonna look different. Okay. Like right now, I'm on my computer. Okay. It's gonna say localhost right here, right? Localhost, the IP, and then the web address. But this localhost is what you can change. If you're from your laptop, right, and you connect to this computer, it's gonna look different because let's see your computer here. See up here where the icon is at, right? You click on connection information here, and this is your router IP for this computer. So I would have to connect to this IP address from my laptop at home or other computer at home if I want to use this WebUI interface. So that's what I have to copy down. So, and now that we know the IP, our new IP would be to change this to this. The localhost will change it to that IP, 192.168.1.100. The last three numbers are always going to be different on the router. That's usually how it is, you know. And that's how you'll connect to this computer from your home network. Now, if you're at your friend's house, your work, or whatever, right? It's gonna look different. It's not gonna be this IP address because this is your router IP address, right? Now, to get your real IP address, I would just recommend going to ipchicken.com. When you go to ipchicken.com, it's gonna look something like this, right? The blue numbers is gonna be your IP, your real IP for your home computer. Okay. So you're gonna copy that and paste it into whatever you just type in there. So right here, it was, I don't remember what the hell that was, but 196 or some shit like that, right? And that's how you'll connect when you're at work, when you're at your friend's house, when you're at school. You'll connect to your home computer using the real IP address. And that's those are only two differences. One is from your home, but not on your main computer. The other one is from an external place that's not at your home. That's just it. Okay. Now make sure you have it all set up and you test it out before you do all this shit, right? I tested out with 3 of my friends and it does work. Sometimes it doesn't work because you know, the place or the workplace that they're at, they block out the IP address or the ports, whatever, and they don't want you to use any BitTorrent stuff when you're at their place. So it just depends where you're at, and that's about it. That's how you use to add torrents externally from a web browser, and that's called the WebUI interface. Okay, so try it out.